All right, team. So this is going to be video 3, the side panel, where we are going to be going through the functionality of my profile, uh, social circle, and settings. We actually already went over passes, and we already went over Revel Pro. Sorry, I shot I shot the Revel Pro video before side panel. But this is, I'm going to show you all the functionality for that. So again, on the main screen, this is the side panel button. Just click that. So just a quick recap. This is the update story button. You know, that's how, that's the bar where you update your story, attach your click, all that good stuff. This is actually how you click my profile. So once you click that, then that's when I'm going to go through all these feeds here. I actually don't have a demo for my profile, but I'll show you all the fields in text. And that's how you like access that to edit your profile. Click that. Passes, again. Social circle, which is a very interesting concept. We'll be going through that. And I don't have a demo for settings. But I think you'll get the gist of everything that would be needed in the settings anyway, just, from what I explained. So let's go ahead and get started on my profile. So when you click that, again, a lot of these are fields that were filled out when you first joined. So your My Profile is actually when things change, like, if you need to update your password, if you want to change, your email, your Facebook, your Instagram, all that kind of stuff, you'll be able to access here. Really quickly in bold, these are actually fields that aren't going to change. If it's a peculiar situation for whatever reason, obviously they would just need to contact the backend, the admin. And we would actually have to do it. But once you register with the name, your date of birth and gender, there's no reason to change that. Maybe the gender thing, but I don't even want to go into that. Right. So these are the fields here. Right. So that's your basic information. You can change your profile icon as well. I actually want to go over this. So before you update your status, before you create your story, you, if it's like a new day, right, and you haven't been on the app yet, you are actually offline. Once you update your story and once you update your story, then you actually are considered online. Now, the going live and being online are two different things. You go live when you want to find the parties that are happening around you, or when you want to find the people that are online to send offers to. That means going live, right? So once you update your story, this automatically goes live. It goes online. And what that is for is so that you can actually, when you go on and off live, when you're looking, if you're still online, but off, but not live, then that means that people can still find your profile with you being online, and they can send you, offers, right? So the only way to go offline would be to go in your My Profile and manually click go offline. That's when you're just off completely. But like I said, when the moment that you update your story for the day, you automatically go online and you stay online until you come back in My Profile and turn it off. but you can still go live and go, you know, and like come off live without it affecting your online, right? So email, you can, you know, change your like email if you need to, just verify it again. Password, you get the idea. That's the basics. So event interest, I put in parentheses your featured events, because basically, let me go into the social circle before I explain this. So the social circle, I will explain this in a couple minutes, right when I finish. But this is what the social circle looks like. I just want to make a note of this before I explain what these are, right? So go ahead. These are featured events. You click that. And this is what the featured events feed looks like. So these are events that are coming in the future, basically, and it says featured. So when you first applied, it asks you to select your interest, and by you doing so, like let's say that we clicked all of these when we first started. Again, we can, if you go into the My Profile, you can remove your interest, or, you know, you can select more, as many as you want. What this basically means is whenever there's a Marvel Universe theme event, you know, in your like area, so like let's say the area, so we are in West Hollywood, right? If we click on Marvel, let's say, or a Victoria's Secret fashion show, whenever there's a Victoria's Secret fashion show or a Victoria's Secret fashion show like after party in West Hollywood, and you're following that that interest, it's going to show up in your featured. So like basically your entire featured feed is going to stem from things that you clicked in your interests, and you can add and change them as much as you want, like whatever's there. But basically, these are where your featured events are going to be. So there's never going to be something that you don't want, basically. And another thing with this, so there's two types of featured events. There's just a normal featured event that works just like the other events where you like press I'm down, you know, to RSVP. The only thing about this is, since this is in the future, it's a feature that you want, you can actually click these, and then the ones that you want to like read up on. So this is what the featured event the featured event post looks like, right? So Kylie Cosmetics is a Black Card member level. So again, this is not Kylie Jenner the person, it's her company. So it's almost like there will be two types of accounts. In terms of the professional side, there will be like business accounts, just like there's business accounts on Instagram, and there'll be like personal. So this is a business account, let's say. This is, sorry, I didn't update this text, but this is like the information, right? And since it's something that we selected that we would be interested in, so this is coming up on Sunday. So we can go ahead and like, let's say it's like Thursday today, we can go ahead and click I'm down. And basically what that's going to do is it's the same function as the live parties, only that since it's a featured event, you can actually RSVP before the event starts. So that means that with featured events, with regular featured events like this one, there's, well, no, with featured events, actually, there is no, there's no attaching runners to featured events. It's only team leads, because the only function is actually going to just be scanning, passes. There's the like accommodation is going to come from like whatever pass that they have, but like the featured events are only there's no adding runners to it. So this is a regular featured event, and then there's another kind that is a ticketed featured event. So yeah, you click I'm down, and it RSVPs ahead of time. So that means that the team lead that posted this event, when their event starts and they go into their dashboard, there's like already going to be like RSVPs waiting for him. So again, it's just about like opening them one by one, accept, no thanks, you like, right? To actually give out the passes that way. And then you can actually send offers as well with that. And then the other type of featured event, right? So that's like the regular featured event. That's how that's done. The other kind of featured event is this is in the back end. I'll explain that, but there's two like buttons to push when you're posting in like event. One asks if it's a featured event. If you select yes, it's a featured event, then that means it's by default a regular featured event. But there's going to be another question that comes up once you select that, and it's going to be it's going to say tickets only. I'll show you how that works on the back end. But if you select tickets only for the event, then this is what it's going to look like. I'll run through it again. This is what the feature post looks like. And since this is a tickets only event, we can go ahead and click reserve instead of I'm down, and we will actually have to reserve a ticket package, which by doing so, right, so let's go ahead and click this, right, this sounds good to us. It's only $25. So we go ahead and sounds good. Go ahead and get tickets for this featured event. It says, congratulations, your tickets have successfully been reserved. Your order will be processed upon check-in. So again, since we purchased it, or we reserved it, then we actually get the pass like this, with a $sign next to the icon, and that means it works like the other passes. So this pass will, as soon as it's processed that it's reserved, this pass will come to your new bin. So even if it's not the day of, this pass will be in your new bin until the event starts, right? And it works just like the other passes. You open it up, right? Click. You show the pass to the team lead. The team lead scans it. Now, when they scan and confirm this pass, then that's when the card that you have on file is charged the remainder of the ticket price, right? So it was like $35. In order to reserve, you are going to pay the service. They will be paying the service fee first. And that's the service fee to reserve the tickets, which I believe was like $8. So when they actually arrive to the event and they get their pass scanned, now they're paying the remainder, which I think the ticket was like $25, and then the tax. The rest of that will be paid when it's confirmed, scanned like at the door, and then that's when they'll be good to go. So yeah, that is how the social circle works. That's how you see all the like hot stuff that's going on in your area. Besides, right, this is like a look. So if you want to plan, this is what's like coming up. So like I said, all the top 10 runners that have events happening today are going to be in the top right. They're ranked this way, like the top 10 would be first, and then you can find all the other runners by clicking continue. These runners can be followed, right? And then also all the interests that you selected in your My Profile. Whenever there's events coming up that is one of your interests, they all will show up, and they're all. It's this feed. It's just like all of them. So like if this event is today, this event is in like 3 days. This event is like next week. Every event that's coming up that is one of your like interest, then that's happening in West Hollywood, it's going to be in this feed, right? Or maybe not even just in West Hollywood, like maybe just in maybe in California, period. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. So yeah. So that's how that works. You can, RSVP the regular way. That's just your sending in your RSVP prior, to the event starting. Then the team lead, will like issue passes accordingly, maybe even like a few hours before the event starts, just so that or maybe there'll be a time, like a known time that when the passes will start being, right? Like let's say like maybe 6 hours before the like event, or like maybe like 24 hours before the event, right? We'll figure that out. But yeah, so this is a way to get passes first, and this is a way to reserve tickets that you pay when you get there and get your pass scanned. And again, the endorsements work the same way. You'll be rating Kylie Cosmetics. Right, so that's pretty much it. That's I think I went over everything. We went over My Profile. We went over all of that. So yeah, that will complete video 3. I actually shot this out of order. So the next, I did that because that video actually needed to be kind of a part of this too, because I'm actually going to show you how to add the featured events in the back end, the next video, and I'm actually going to show you how to add the ticket only featured events. And then also, if you remember Skybar Brunch, I'm going to show you how the back end actually confirms those events. And yeah, and that will be in the next video.